Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. I'm taking you guys along on a walk today because I haven't done that in a while, and I really enjoy when I do that. I feel like it's like I'm chatting to a friend, you know, even though I probably look like a crazy person talking to myself. But anyway, I feel like it's just like fun. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like you guys think so too, because you're always like, oh, I love coming along on your walks with you. So we're walking today. I told you earlier in the week that my goal was to get 2 good walks in for the week. I've upped that goal to 3 because I think that should be relatively easy. This is my second one, and it's only Thursday. No reason, we don't have basketball this weekend. There's no reason why I can't walk either tomorrow or Saturday or both. So that goal is going good today. But the thing that I really wanted to talk to you guys about today was maintenance and how I think that I'm finally figuring some stuff out in terms of Mounjaro maintenance, because make no mistake, in my personal experience, it is different than normal weight loss maintenance, which in and of itself is hard. Like normal weight loss maintenance, in my opinion, in the lots and lots of years that I have, tried to lose weight and then tried to maintain that weight loss, the maintenance is harder than the actual weight loss. Because there's sort of a guidebook for weight loss, right? Like, you eat less calories than your body needs, you exercise to get your metabolism up and burn more calories. But when it's time to maintain, like finding that special number of what you actually need and what your body needs is hard. And I have found that to be the same case even on Mounjaro. You guys know that none of my animals are out today. See? Just got an empty field this morning. You guys know that I've been trying to maintain for like well over a year. And at that point, I weighed 180-ish pounds, 180, 185 pounds. And that was what I was going to maintain at. I was relatively happy at that weight. And now here we are over a year later, and we are at 165 pounds. And we've lost another 20 pounds when we were supposedly maintaining, right? So that has not been an easy journey for me. However, I think I'm finally starting to figure out what my body needs and what's going to work with this journey. I think I'm finally finding a maintenance dosage. It seems to be easier, like on TikToks and stuff that I watch. Some people are having a much easier time with this than I seem to be, but I think it might have something to do with the fact that I am such a super responder to the medicine, that like my maintenance dose might be much, much lower or whatever than other people's. Because even when I was taking it every 2 weeks, the 10 milligram injection every 2 weeks, I was still losing weight. So anyway, all of that to say, I think I'm finally starting to figure it out. I'm gonna pause the video while I go on like the main-ish road so that we're not interrupted by cars and stuff. And then I'll pick back up when I get on the next side street. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that and the changes that I've made. And then I also wanna talk about a few like things that have been in the news the last couple of days. There's some Eli Lilly stuff going on that I think my opinion on might actually surprise you. So be right back in a minute, because there's cars going up and down this road and I want to be able to be heard. And I've been talking for 4 minutes and I'm out of breath. Maybe I'm not as in shape as I thought it was. So this all started really when I had that near fainting episode at the Great Wolf Lodge, which if you've missed that video, it's like 3 or 4 videos back. It was something like, this is really scary or something. So essentially I almost fainted at the Great Wolf Lodge, up several flights of stairs on a water slide. So when that happened, I got to thinking and like really like reflecting on myself and how I was treating my body and all of that. And I decided that I really just needed to pay more attention to when I was eating, how much I was eating, because I tended, is that a word? To just eat until my body was like, not really interested that much more. And I don't always think that it was enough. In fact, I can tell you that it probably wasn't most of the time. And I think that was causing the further weight loss, was causing the lower energy I was feeling, because I was, if I'm being honest, the last like 2 or 3 weeks, like a couple weeks before the Great Wolf Lodge incident, I had been feeling like lower energy levels. And I think I mentioned that in a video where I took you guys on a walk, that I had been feeling like sluggish, more anxiety, all of the things. And I think all of that had to do with the fact that my body just wasn't getting enough nutrients, and all of like, if I'm being honest, I wasn't always taking my vitamins the way I should be. So after that incident, that kind of like sparked a fire in me, and I decided that I needed to pay more attention. So that was almost 2 weeks ago at this point. And pretty much after that, I started making a conscious effort to eat enough. Not counting calories, but say for instance, I make me a sandwich for lunch. I make sure I eat that sandwich. And I know that sounds silly, but there were times when I would eat like half of it and I'd be like, no, I'm done. And then I wouldn't eat anything else all day until dinner time. And like half a sandwich is not enough food. So since I'm on maintenance now, I definitely can eat a whole sandwich, right? Like it's not a huge sandwich. So I've been making the conscious effort to eat more. And I also decreased my dosage down to 40 units of the compounded. I was on 45. I started at 50 when I started decreasing it. And then I went to 45. I went to 40. And I really think that might be my like magic spot. I'm going to give it another week or two just to make sure for sure. But I've not lost any weight in the last 2 weeks. And in fact, I've kind of leveled back out. I had gotten down to like 163. And I have leveled back down to being like, I think I'm just gonna turn and go down this road again, to being like 165 pretty consistently every time I weigh myself. So I think that 40 might be my sweet spot. And I also think that making the conscious effort to increase my food intake has also helped. Again, I'm not counting calories. I've gone down that rabbit hole before, but essentially it's just not good for me and my mental health. And so that's not something that I'm doing. Now, the other thing that I started doing that I think is really helping me is started taking the vitamin B12 supplements. I started taking them because I'd actually asked in one of my videos, like how you responded to B12, and like hands down, most people said that it helps them with their anxiety and their like energy levels and all of that. Like most people were speaking really positively about it. And so I decided to buy a supplement. I bought it off Amazon. It was like $5 or $6 and try it out. And let me tell y'all, within like 2 days, I noticed that my anxiety levels were like way down. And I'm not a super anxious person, but I am somebody that if I don't use energy in doing things, like if I don't expel energy in exercise or in just daily activity, that my like days that I just kind of sit around do nothing, I'm more anxious, because I feel like my body just has all this energy that it's not using. I think my daughter's the same way, by the way. But the B12 seems to like calm all of that down, because I don't want to be like, there are some days where I don't want to do anything and I don't want to like be like on edge, you know, the whole day. So the vitamin B12, like within 2 days, has really helped with that. And I think that has helped me to eat more, because I don't have that like nagging on edge feeling, you know. People with like high levels of anxiety, sometimes they don't eat or they eat way too much. But I think that's helped with that. I think just taking all of my normal vitamins, taking my Colace, that's another thing. I think that I was really backed up, and I think that that really was affecting me negatively. So I started taking my Colace regularly again. I'm the type of person that if I haven't gone number 2 in a while, it messes with my mood. Like if my nervous system and my digestive system is all out of whack, then everything's out of whack. And so like every time I'm in like a grumpy mood or I just feel grumpy, I'm always like, when's the last time I went to the bathroom? So if it's been more than a couple days, I know that something's wrong. So taking the Colace regularly has helped. And I just like, since making sure I'm eating more, since incorporating those 2 things in my life, I just feel so much better, like so much more like myself, that probably for the past month or so I haven't felt like. And I don't know, maybe I was just in a rut, who knows? But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. My weight seems to have leveled out. I think that I might be finally figuring out this whole maintenance journey thing. Now, I'm gonna finish my walk because my arm's starting to hurt holding this thing. And then when I get back to the car, we'll talk about like the Eli Lilly news and all that. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Probably walk for another, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes or so. I think I've been walking about 20 at this point. I think Georgia's coming today. I haven't mentioned it on this channel, but my sister actually got in a car accident on Monday at work. She was on her lunch, but she was going down like the main road that our neighborhood's on and her work is on, and somebody pulled out left in front of her, like was blinded by the sun, which that is a really bad spot where she was hit. It was an older lady. It was like 70 something, and she hit her, totaled her car. She has a big cut on her arm, stuff like that. But overall, my sister's fine. The lady actually broke her back in 2 spots and her foot. So we've been keeping her in our prayers. But they did tell us that if she had hit her like a little bit more up onto the driver's side door, that she probably wouldn't have made it. So yeah, it's, I guess, the best outcome. But yeah, anyway, I've not had Georgia because she's not gotten her rental car yet, and her husband works, so he can't be driving her to work and all that. So I think she's coming today. I don't know. That was a tangent. Y'all know I like to talk. So finish my walk, and then we will talk about Eli Lilly, because I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Okay, so that ended up being a pretty good walk. I walked for almost an hour, so pretty happy with that. And then I did run in Food Lion to get a couple of things that we needed. We're actually having chili for dinner tonight, so I need like a green pepper and stuff. But I found this new iced coffee that I wanted to share with you guys. So this is the Coffee Mate iced coffee non-dairy, and it is the caramel flavor. Now I checked out the like nutritional facts, just because sometimes iced coffees like this can have a ton of calories in them. Like if you end up pouring an entire like cup full, you're talking like 500-600 calories. So I wanted to check on this one. So this one, there's 5 servings in the container, and I would guess that you're probably going to use like 2 servings per like bigger cup of coffee, and there's only 130 calories in it. So what I was thinking was that I could try this with some of my protein powder, which one is the one that I have? I think I have collagen peptides, and I think I have one other one as well. But I thought I could put that in there some mornings to get a little bit more protein in on days that I'm struggling. Anyway, thought I would share that with you. If you're somebody who doesn't necessarily love like Premier protein shakes, this could be a good alternative. Even if you only did 1 serving, which is 12 ounces, which is enough, with a scoop of protein powder, it would be about the same calories as a Premier protein. So anyway, I'll let you know if I like it or not. But I thought I would give it a shot because I saw it. It got me as like one of those new items or whatever. But anyway, to talk about Eli Lilly, I mentioned in my video last week on the FDA, like suing and all that whole thing that was going on. I mentioned that Eli Lilly hadn't, up until that point, really come out, like really wasn't involved in the lawsuit part of the issue. Like, they had issued a round of cease and desist letters back in, August when all this stuff originally went down, and you know, but as far as like with the OFA and the FDA and that whole lawsuit, Eli Lilly wasn't really involved. That has changed. I mean, they're not involved in that lawsuit, but they are getting involved in the court system regarding compounded tirzepatide. And so they have actually filed 4 lawsuits within the last week, and they mostly are all targeting like smaller telehealth companies, or there's one specific one, and this is the one that I wanted to talk about. There's one specific one that they are targeting. There's a med spa that is actually using research grade peptides. Like they're not obtaining, so like Red Rock and Hallandale and the bigger compounding pharmacies actually have to go through, they're not, you know, FDA approved in the sense of the medication, the final product being, you know, approved, but they are required to source the peptide from an FDA approved source. So, you know, for the most part, you can, you know, pretty much guarantee that they're doing that, and they do have to provide, if you want to call and get their certificate of authentication, they're supposed to be able to provide that for you. Now, this med spa apparently is using research grade peptides, which is not an FDA approved source, to make their tirzepatide, their compound tirzepatide. Now, that I do not blame Eli Lilly for that. And I know that I've been like really team non Eli Lilly, but in my opinion, I do think that there has to be some type of regulation going on. And if you're one of these smaller like med spas that are concocting medicines in your back room with research grade peptides that you buy off the internet that any Johnny can go buy, and then you're selling it to people, that's dangerous. I think that's dangerous. You know, if you have a different opinion, you can let me know. I know that some people buy the research grade peptides. I know that was a thing on Reddit for a while. People were doing that. Some people still do it, and that is your, you know, decision. But to sell it as a pharmacy and to try to sell it as a appropriate compounded medication is not, in my opinion, right. And so I'm on Team Lilly. Like, I hope that Eli Lilly wins that lawsuit. I don't think that these medications should be compounded at that low of a regulation. Like, that's not healthy for anybody. Like, that, there's so many things that could go wrong with that. So yeah, I don't blame them for that lawsuit. And then a couple of the other ones were just like smaller telehealth companies there was one that was like misrepresenting and kind of making it seem like it was like using Eli Lilly and Mounjaro and Zepbound's name in ways that they shouldn't be. But as far as that med spa one goes, I hope Eli Lilly wins. So yeah, I wanted to touch on that because they have gotten their hand in the lawsuit game, and I expect that there will be more to come. And I think that there are ones that can be appropriate, like in this case, and then there are ones that I would fight against, like if they were to sue Red Rock, you know, or Hallandale or whatever. You know, I think that this is going to evolve a lot more over the next month or so, especially while the whole like lawsuit thing is getting figured out. So I hope that you guys enjoyed my little update for today. I gotta get home now and clean up a little bit before Georgia comes. I'm picking at a nail glue that's coming off. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love taking you guys along with me in this style of videos. Always my funnest one to film. So I hope you enjoyed it as well, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, guys. Bye.